Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, Greg Gomez III, founder, CEO, MLMBusinessBlueprint.com, with not a morning marketing tip. I got an interview. I'm actually here in the beautiful Arizona Biltmore. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but and probably made you real dizzy, sorry. But I'm here with the lovely Jane Orlov. Hi, Jane.
Hi.
How are you? So I didn't bring any equipment. This was kind of last spur of the moment. She's in town for an event for her network marketing company. She's doing some speaking here, and she's an up-and-comer. She's been doing extremely well, and I wanted to interview her since I had her here for a minute, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So meet Jane. Say hi, Jane.
Hi guys. I'm here in Arizona. I actually was doing social media training on Facebook. So what to do and what not to do, and people to avoid the mistakes. You know how people on Facebook sometimes you can do it wrong and you can do it right.
Yeah.
So
well, first off, you know, a lot of folks may not necessarily know about you, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, who are you, how you got started in this industry?
Okay. So I was actually very self-conscious. I hated my accent. I couldn't talk to people. I felt that I was uneducated, and I would always stay away in a corner wherever we would go somewhere. I started in network marketing a year ago. Should I look that way? Or?
You can, wherever.
Okay.
Whatever's comfortable.
Okay, so I started a year ago, and I was listening to all the motivational things, and I was like, oh yeah, you could believe in yourself and you could do stuff. So I was like all pumped up. So I started learning all the internet things because I didn't have a lot of friends and who were marketing, and I started learning communication skills and all the. I'm doing good with videos. I have this problem where I'm like, my memory is like, you put this task in front of me and I'm like, chuck delete. So if I don't tape it like right at the moment where I get this inspiration, it kind of goes away. And so I just grab a cell phone like we do here, and I tape, and people started saying, oh, you have this energy in your eyes, you know, oh, your videos are so cool to watch, and you're giving this good message. Because what I have been doing is I was listening to the tapes, and whatever I learned, I grab a video and I shoot it so that I can actually not consume the information, but I share it with people. And people have been, and sometimes you can only hear the message from a particular person. So it's like two different people say the same thing, but you cannot resonate with this person, but this one for some reason you feel connected to, so you hear the message. So that's basically it. That's how it started.
And would you feel that like that is a big challenge in the industry, is that a lot of folks are so apprehensive about just kind of putting it out there? I know for me, we were just talking a minute ago, and one of the things for me when I first got started came back after my semi-retirement was, am I still relevant? But like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head, is even if you are saying the same information as somebody else, you have the connection to connect with somebody versus where somebody else doesn't. So how do you do that with your videos and your material versus, I mean, do you go in there with a conscious thought of that, or you just freeform it?
I freeform it, and actually, because the huge names out there in the market, like yourself, and you guys are so busy, you cannot attend to everybody.
Nope.
So what happens is that we, as new people, will learn basically the same information, but we have more free time, and we can share basically the same information, but
She's kicking my butt.
so listen to me. But what I'm saying is that get more personal attention. Like Mark Hobson was saying, people think that, oh, if why should I pay for your course? But I mean, I have this video course, right? If Mia Davis does the same course, for example, right? And hers is more expensive, but I'm not saying anything bad about
It's a larger investment financially.
What I'm saying is that I could provide my coaching as a bonus, where I can spend more time where Mia doesn't have that availability.
So let me make sure I'm hearing it correctly. So a larger marketer, like even myself, I get pretty busy, and I don't dedicate a lot of time to one-on-one stuff on a low level or free level. A lot of my time is dedicated towards, you know, higher paying clients, and I have high consulting fees, and I earn them and I get them. The challenge with that is for the average person who has just as every right to go be successful, isn't really given the same opportunity as someone who's already more established to work with me. Does that
Yes,
make sense?
yeah.
So in your case, you have the opportunity to be able to give that value where other folks don't when you first get started. And when I first got started, that's exactly what I did. And eventually I started realizing my time was more and more valuable, and then I had to hike my rates up, and that's how we progress. That's how it just happens.
Okay.
But, okay. So another question I was going to ask here is that, speaking of Mark Hoverson, you just won something that Mark was doing. You want to tell us a little bit about what the contest was?
Yeah, Mark was doing a contest where you had to JV with somebody. Like, just found he was promoting this JV product where he was talking about how he does it, all the letters that he puts in. It was an awesome webinar, and whoever attended the webinar had a chance to partner with somebody. And with that JV partner, they had several days to create a product, market it, sell it, and whoever, and he would pick out the winners basically.
Right.
So what happened was that I partnered with Brandy Robertson, and we created this video product. And I love that about Mark, that he doesn't measure about the number of sales. He measures on the number of list on your list, how many people you have, and how many sales you got, and the product itself, how helpful that is to the marketplace. So yeah, it was awesome experience. So.
That's awesome. Great
Participate in contests. So that's
Well, and that's, we were just talking about that too. I think one of the big things is you have to get the attention of people in this industry, especially leaders and people who can promote you, because that's really what it's about. It's a lesson that I was just talking about a minute ago, where I closed myself off. And I didn't network as often, and when I started networking, my business just, skyrocketed, and it does extremely well. So to that end, how is it that a newbie like yourself, someone who's, I don't want to call her a newbie, it sounds so derogatory, somebody just getting started in the industry who wants to go out and start venturing, joint venture partnerships, and get the attention of the big dogs and the big gals and guys, how do you do that? What do you recommend to that person just getting started and wanting to get that name recognition?
Actually, I want to share another story, how I got even into I got involved in NLSP through Diane Hoverson, and she has this attraction marketing group.
Diane Hochman?
Diane Hochman, yeah.
You said Hoverson.
Oh, did I? Sorry, you're gonna have to.
Diane, you just married Mark. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Did I say Hoverson? Okay, Diane Hochman. So she has this Facebook group where she coaches. So, and then through her, because I had this personal coaching and connection with her, I found out that she could introduce me to Todd Falcone, and actually Todd Falcone lived it.
Yeah,
now,
he's moving here now.
He's moving here now.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So Mike actually is a good friend of Todd. So I just went on his thread, on Todd's thread, and said, Diane wants to introduce you, but you're living here, let's hook up. And he said, yeah, sure, let's have a coffee. And I interviewed him. Nice. So that's kind of all started, and then I had this interview as a bonus on my page, and you have to approach leaders. If you have some good stuff on your blog, if you have nothing, and then you obviously leaders don't. They click on your blog and it's empty, or it has like one blog or stuff. But then
she's talking about my blog.
Right. So, but I have set up. Everything is nice, so it's like my resume. So people, who's that chick? They click, she's doing that. It's awesome. So it's kind of, you have to set everything ready and then kind of move yourself out there. So approach.
So just get out there, talk to them.
Yeah. Try to get in the threads and stuff.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask a hard question. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. So I often ask this of social media success stories.
Okay.
So I've found an interesting trend of attractive women doing very well in social media.
Okay.
So if you're an ugly guy and you want to be just as effective in social media, do we have a shot at this?
Yeah, let me tell you a story. I don't want to be calling names here or anything, but what inspired me doing videos is that older person who wasn't as attractive and they had success, and I'm like, what if they can do it, why can't I? It's all about authenticity, and again, as I said, every person has their own market. So I mean, people who are not attractive maybe, and they look
You can
at
say ugly people. Ugly people's fine.
right, ugly people looking at this ugly person in the video, and they're saying, oh, that ugly guy doing it, why can't I? You know,
Right.
I mean, and you can attract those type of ugly people. No, I mean it doesn't matter the look, because I've actually inspired some people started. They didn't want to do video marketing. They were scared of their looks. They couldn't talk and
Right.
things. And I shared some of my videos, my previous videos when I just started. It was horrible, but it inspired them, started moving. And every time you do it, you practice and you get better. You find the better background. You
Right.
practice your skills more. You are more outspoken, and you calm your hair
Right.
and start looking pretty.
See,
so.
she's looking at herself now, trying to see if she looks good. So, like, even this background's not ideal. See how we have the bright light back here, and I'm kind of shadowed indirectly, but I'm not the main focus of this. My camera's adjusting now, but Jane is. So see how her light looks really good, and she's very in focus, and she looks wonderful. It's because she's the lady and deserves the credit, and she's also the main spotlight of the thing. So you learn these little things as you start to do it. Plus, the direction of the microphone, you can't see it, but my hand is actually cupping it, so the voice is going into it. So all these little things you pick up when you actually do it more and more and more and more. And again, we were just talking about most of the videos that I shoot, and most all of the videos I shoot are on my iPhone. You
I'm
can't
gonna
see it,
show
it's
you
here.
mine.
She's gonna grab her phone. Go grab your phone. And you don't need tons of equipment. You don't need it to be a perfect situation. In fact, I was leaving from an interview we had just done, and I said, you know what, let's do an interview. And I said, I didn't bring any equipment, let's just use this.
Look
So
at
we
that
did.
beat up
Look at
thing.
that.
It's
That is
like
awesome.
it was dropped 100 times, and it's
That means
and
it works.
and I don't even have the setup like you do, because I'm facing like this,
Oh, yeah.
because I have to, you know, because I cannot see. I don't
Yeah,
have a
oh,
camera
okay. You
on.
can't turn it around like
Right,
that. Huh?
so I'm like even worse than you.
Thank you, Steve Jobs. Your phone rocks. I appreciate it. Rest in peace. So, one final question I will ask here: if you have any suggestions or any hints for a person, you know, just getting started, just wanting to go out and being successful, and seeing you making moves, and so young in the industry, just a year you said you were in, right?
Yeah.
It's really awesome, and to be able to get so much notoriety and some recognition, going around and being a success, quote unquote, with it already, right? What advice do you have for somebody who might be a little timid or might be thinking, can I really do this kind of thing? I mean, what's the best word of advice right now?
Yeah, you can start videotape if it's in video. Are you talking about video
Whatever,
marketing?
whatever you suggest.
For me, it was videos. I cannot type. It's like so I can advise on the video. You can type. I mean, you can take videos. You don't have to share them right away. And I wasn't even wanted to share mine until somebody saw it and said it was good, because I didn't think it was good. And as I said, I hated my voice. I thought it was like nosy and pitchy and stuff. As long somebody will find that attractive. People started saying, I love your accent, and I'm like, oh, I hated my accent. So it's like, oh, I mean, if you just put it out there and then find a way to share it so that more people see it, and it's valuable. You know, I wanted to how I started video. I was looking at Ray Higdon's videos, and I'm like, I could shoot better videos than Ray. He's like shaking, and I'm not saying that you got much better,
Ray, you suck. Sorry. Jane said so.
I'm just saying, you know, my husband is like more professional. Oh, you gotta have this green light, or you have to set this up this way, and you know, I'm like, whatever Ray does it, I'm gonna do whatever. And I started, and I didn't listen to my husband. So
Good for you.
yeah, so
Husbands don't know what they're talking about.
yeah. So then the first video when they land on your page has to be somewhat professional, because if it's not, the people will leave. But then all the other ones, like main ones, right? So
Follow up.
yeah, like even Todd Falcone does stuff in the background. You know, it's like, who cares? If the message is valuable, people will start following.
I learned a lesson a while back. I had an office space at the time, and I had this office where I had a whiteboard, and I just basically said power went out in the office. I was working on a project, a video setup, like that's what I'm looking for, a PowerPoint presentation kind of thing. And then I realized the power went out, and I was like, I got to get this done. I have to get this kicked out. So my camera had battery, my microphone had battery, and that was it. So I recorded a series of 6 videos, and in the process of recording, the power came back on. So I just finished recording them, but it had natural light. It's from the outside. And these videos, after we sent them out, were so well received by our student base They were simple, they were easy to kick out, I didn't have to do any planning, it was just me in front of the camera and the whiteboard just teaching, and they were some of our most successful videos. So I learned a lesson from there that the more that you can flow from your heart, the more you can just speak and actually let it sound natural and be yourself, the more you're going to connect with audiences. And I had people commenting left and right, I feel like I know you now because I had a chance to talk to you this or hear you this way.
I didn't want to lose my thought. That's right. People don't feel intimidated that the people that follow you, that they have to be professional, that they have to have this high equipment, so that, oh, it's done with a cell phone. The message is valuable. Let me see how and they can see themselves doing the same thing basically.
Right.
So it's like more real, and we saw better response where animals would come in the camera, kids would start crying. So it makes you, real person, not like your stuffy, all prepared things.
Well, and there's an old saying in network marketing too that goes that people are going to model and try to be who you are. So if they feel that you're the superhuman networker, that they can't really duplicate what it is you're doing. But if they see you being human and just saying, hey, this is the way it is. I often do coaching sessions where my 3-year-old comes in and dad, and I'll stop the coaching session, deal with him, and say, I work from home. It's one of the best things in the world. One of the downsides is you got to be around your family all the time. It's also one of the best things too. So that's it, and people really respond to that. And as long as you're clear and upfront with it, people respect it and they're fine with it. But the other side of that is just like you said, it makes those folks feel like, well, I can do that. That's not too far gone from where I am right now. Okay.
Right, and when I started, the hardest thing for me was to overcome that I was somewhere low here, and you are, for example, so successful, you're so way there, I'm so scared to even come up to you and talk.
Right.
And when you see that we're the same people, we're like same, 2 years nose, we're like the same, it breaks down the barrier. So you're not as, and when you do break the barrier and you can overcome that fear to coming up and talking to, for me it was because I wasn't educated and I couldn't even talk to people who had education. I felt like stupid just talking to them. And after I accepted my, so I thought, I'm just gonna say I feel stupid and laugh about it. So and people started accepting it as, okay, so she's open about it. She's not like trying to impress somebody that she's smart and, and fake some answers that she doesn't even know what she's talking about. But the thing that I'm sharing is that what I know about, like for example, I know some social media, and I had a great training here on Saturday. People loved it, and so whatever you feel your strengths are, you focus on, but then you can laugh about your faults and you say, well, I'm not strong at that. Sorry, but I'm the same person. So
like I'm a terrible blogger.
Right? You can laugh about it, right? So it's not like I can blog and make stuff up. So it's like anyway.
Real quick. So Jane, where, if anybody wants to learn more about you, where could they learn about you?
JaneOrlov.com.
Can you spell Orlov?
ORLOV.
Okay.
As Victor.
I'll have a link for you guys down below if you want to learn more about Jane. Jane, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much for being here.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, it's Greg Gomez. Oh, go ahead. What were you
No, I was just saying that I charge $500 per hour.
You use $500 per hour?
So
Okay.
now I owe you less.
There you go. So she owes me a little less. As always, guys, I appreciate you. Could have been anywhere in the world. I hope you guys appreciated this. Jane rocks. If you don't follow her on Facebook, you absolutely should. And that's it. I appreciate you guys. Could have been anywhere in the last, I don't know how long this has been, 15 minutes, we'll say. Take action, implement. To know and not to do is not to know, so don't do that. Don't be silly. Take action, implement, and I will see you on stage. Take care. Bye-bye.